Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to cheese Commander Gaius in Elden Ring Shadow the Erdtree. Now this is after they patched him, so he now starts a bit away, so we don't have to run around the corner and summon in our Mimic, but we want to get right into this position here by the Greatsword and Shield. Now this build is going to make this fight extremely easy, so we just have to have our shield up, and we're going to be using the Cross Naginata here. You can have this infused with Frostbite or Scarlet Rot, and I also have the Anspur Rapier attached, so these are the two weapons that we want to be using here. Now the strategy is to use your shield and then lower the shield whenever you need your stamina to regenerate. I will be showing off the build at the end of this video, so you can stay tuned for that, but this makes this fight extremely easy. The only way that he can basically hit you is if you run out of stamina or if he hits you from the side. So you just basically have to be facing towards him at all times and kind of circle strafe around trying to poke at him with your weapon. And I found that these two worked very well. Now I want the Mimic to be using the Cross Naginata because it just has higher damage and a bit more bleed. But I'm also using this with the Blood Infusement as well, so we can get Scarlet Rot and bleed off at the same time. The Scarlet Rot is kind of essential near the later half of this fight when the attacks a whole lot quicker, and we just want to have that passive damage over time. So you just got to keep poking him until you see that there's the Scarlet Rot on his body there, then we can switch back to the other weapon. But you do have to play pretty defensively. He will hit you from time to time, but as long as you have your shield up, you're for the most part going to be safe. So he will enter his second phase here with his jump attack, and you can safely just shield it. Now that pull there seemed to take the initial hit, but then he just came down with that follow-up attack there. And yeah, just be mindful of your stamina because he can hit it really heavily if you don't watch out for it. So that ball attack there is another one that we're going to watch out for. It's going to continue to get larger and larger, so just get away from that area in general, and then it'll explode and you can just follow up with a few attacks afterwards. The second phase, he does have a lot going on though, so that's why it's imperative that we get the Scarlet Rot off on him because it's going to help with our survivability big time. So we're just poking at him there, and you're going to see we got the bleed triggered again, so that is a nice thing about these two weapons is we're constantly building up bleed. And once we get the Scarlet Rot again, we're just going to be switching weapons here, but just be mindful with those swipes that he still can hit you at a certain angle, so try to get a bit of distance at certain points and just know your distances. The Cross Naginata allows you to hit him a little bit easier too because the Blood Anspur Rapier is a little bit shorter, so whenever you get that off you can switch weapons and focus on a bit more survivability because he will hit you for a lot if you're not paying attention. But this shield seems to do a very good job. He will get a little bit of damage through on some of these attacks, but as you can see there we got the Scarlet Rot, so we're now able to switch weapons and just focus on playing more defensive because you just need the health bar to run out there. We still have 6 flasks, so we're doing pretty good there. And just watch again for that attack there. You just got to run. It will do a gravity pull, but that's how you can be Commander Gaius in Elden Ring Shadow the Erdtree. And here is the build that I used. So we're going to be going with the Blood Anspur Rapier there, as well as the Heavy Cross Naginata. As for armor, take whatever you can to get your poise up to about 56. And then as for the talisman, I'm using the Great Shield Talisman alongside the Two-Headed Turtle, the Great Jar, and the Pearl Shield Talisman. And my stats at level 160, 50 Vigor, 28 Mind, 46 Endurance, and 48 Strength, and then 16 Faith, 22 Arcane. So there it is, medium load. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video useful, please hit the subscribe button below.